Hey, now that we have the quote all done and the customer has actually gotten back with us and said they want to move forward with it, let's go ahead and do that. So what would happen is the first thing you would do is you take your estimate and convert it to an order. Now you never have to create an estimate to begin with. You can jump right into an order and bypass this whole process, but in this case it's an estimate. Let's convert it to an order. And it's telling me, hey, that the quote that you did was more than the $15 credit limit. Do you want to move forward? In this case I will. Let's give it a due date, 2 weeks from now. I can put, due time, customer information, and kind of terms, that kind of stuff. These could be defaults on the back end. Create the order. And then what signVOX is going to do is it's going to take my line items and turn them into jobs. In signVOX, you manage the jobs. You're not managing the order. So we have one order with 2 jobs. This is who's going to be the proof reviewer. This is when the sign due date is. Maybe the install date's going to be just a day or 2 later. I can set priorities. Does this job take precedence over, other jobs? If so, I could tell it to do that. And here's my first job, the building sign. Is it a rush job? No, but I could certainly make it a rush job and indicate that it would, need to be a rush for production, that kind of stuff. Does it require a permit? No. Anything else? It knows that it requires install because I built that into the price. Here's my design instructions. Then here's my Camaro graphics. I'm going to say, maybe this one requires an install. And let's go ahead and create the jobs. As soon as I create the jobs, it goes into the first status of production. In this case, it's schedule. Now you can tell signVOX to bypass the schedule and go right to design if you want to. In this case, I just have it defaulted to schedule. And the person responsible for scheduling the jobs gets notified via email that it's, they've got to, get busy with this deal. So the idea is here that you're preparing the job and getting it ready for production. So you're going to gather all your files and things like that and get them together and get it ready for the designer so that there's no missing pieces, involved in the production process. So any kind of logo files, customer artwork, all that kind of stuff will be, ready to go. So what you'll do here is maybe the customer gave you a 50% deposit to start out with. So let's go ahead and record the payment, and we'll do that here. Choose how they paid. They give you a check. They paid this much. When did they pay? I'm going to put a note. It's deposit. Here's the check number. And it's being applied against this sign or against this order. I'm going to save the payment. I could email the receipt right from here if I wanted to. So this is who it's going to. Go ahead and send that. So now they have a receipt in hand. Let's go back to the order. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding the files or associating the files necessary to get the job done for my designer. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to the work order tab. I could print out the work order, or I could, go here and go right to my job details page. But let's just go to the work order page. And here you can see everything that's required to get this job done. What's nice with the signVOX deal is that I can go in here and actually download the working file and start downloading it. So my designer has all the file templates they need to get the job done. And I'm going to go over to the building sign and start associating files. So here I have my building sign. I can say, is production done, or, materials have been ordered, or if I have them in house, materials are ordered. I don't have to go ahead and, just mark that as completed. And I'm going to start uploading files to this job. And it's just a way to keep yourself organized. You don't have to bounce around into your email, your inbox, look on a server, that kind of stuff. So let's add an asset. In this case, I'm going to do the customer logo file. All right, let's just choose a file. We'll say that this is their logo. Save it. All right, now the designer has access to that logo. And let's do the site survey too, so they know where to install it. So I'm going to do the location picture. I'm going to choose that file. So let's say this is the storefront. So, I went out on site. I could even do this from my phone if I wanted to. And they're uploading the photo. There's the, the install location picture. Where I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to actually add an image note. I don't know if you can the little black box that I can drag around. I'm going to say the sign is actually being installed right here. And we're going to go up to this area and we'll go down and we'll say okay. And I can add as many of these notes that I want, but now I've got, the ability to actually annotate right on the photo. So if I'm out on the field and I kind of forget where it's supposed to be installed, or my installer doesn't know, or didn't take notes with them, that kind of stuff, he can just log in from his phone and, find out exactly what's happening. So there it is. So I've got all the information that I need to get this job done. I'm going to go back in, and add information for the other one, or I could do the same thing. So now what's going to happen is that my designer is going to, or I'm going to actually put this into production for my designer. So let's just move to the next stage. We'll put it in design. And you'll see that you have a new button here. And let's just jump back to the other job and do the same thing, for the Camaro graphics. Let's put that into production. And again, you can totally bypass schedule, go right to design if you want to, based on some of your settings. So my designer is going to do the design. Okay, let's say this is the proof. Give him a note. All right, let's upload the proof. And we'll say, I know it's not a Camaro, but, this will serve the purpose, right? So I'm just uploading that proof. You can see there's my proof for my vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and upload that other proof. Give them the same note. Helps if I could type. And this is for the building sign. So let's just say that this is the building sign here. And we'll hit save. All right, so now we've got two proofs. And with signVOX, you have two options with your proofing. You have what's called an internal proofing system and one without the internal proofing system. So you can basically turn it on and off. With the internal proofing system turned on, as soon as I upload a proof, it changes the status to internal review, notifies the sales rep that, hey, the proof is done. You need to take a look at it and basically verify it. And they'll get an email with a link that will take them to the page to verify this. It's an option. You can turn it on and off. If you had it turned off, I would be able to send this directly to the customer. I wouldn't need that second set of eyes in order to verify that the layout's correct. But if I have it turned on, in this case I do, you can see that it's not verified. So the salesperson gets the link. When they click that link, it takes them to a page that looks just like this. And they can say, yeah, that looks good. I verify it. Hit OK. And if they wanted to, I could send it right to the customer. With multiple proofs, ideally they would go back in and do the same thing. But you could see, this proof was verified by whom at what time. And they're going to take a look at the vehicle. So in this case, they're going to go, no, it's not approved. They're going to make some changes. All right, send the comment. As soon as they do that, it automatically goes back to the design state, and the designer gets notified with the changes. And what the designer would do is they'd go back in and basically upload their new design. I'll just say, proof 2. Same note. All right, let's upload that second proof, and I'm going to upload the same one and change it to blue, but and then the salesperson gets notified again that the new proof is ready. You can see I've got a version history here. So when they take a look at the second proof, they think, oh, that's perfect. They give it a thumbs up. And you can go back in and you basically have a version history, what was sent. If I wanted to click that, I could see comments, that kind of stuff. But more importantly, it's giving me that second set of eyes that some people require within their business. Like I said, you can turn it off if you want to. You don't have to use this feature. It's a couple extra clicks, but it does give you the ability to proof things that get designed before it goes to the customer. When everything is verified, or if you only have one or two that are verified out of however many jobs you might have, you can just hit send review. You have an automated message that you can decide what you want it to say. This is who it's going to, and basically show the preview. This is what the customer would get when you send the proof. It says, your logo will go here, and it says, hey, click here to go view your proof online. And these are the proofs that are going to be sent. I would simply hit send. And basically wait for the customer to take a look at it. It tells me that its proof is in review. Status is automatically changed. This is who's going to be reviewing it. And it'll let you know, hey, have they seen it? And how many times have they seen it? So you can kind of anticipate views or kind of catch people in those little, say, I never got your proof, cancel my order type of scenarios. You can actually see if that's legitimate. So next video, we'll show you what the customer does when they approve it and move it into production. And thanks for watching. Thanks.